Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and I am doing my first series for Final Girls Series 3. I guess it's not my first, it is my first series of Season 3, but this is my third series of Final Girl. If you are new to the channel, I have done every single box set of Final Girl Series 1 and 2, so you can go check out those if you want to know which box sets to pick up. And after I do all of these, then I will do a ranking video on the 5 killers and the 5 locations, from my least favorite to my most favorite. And yeah, I guess the first one that I just picked to start, I mean no particular order, is the Eyeless at Utopia, which is the, what is that one called? Well, you know what, it wouldn't be actually on here. Would it be on, in this? Would it be, where is it? Right there. Don't make a sound. So this is going to be entirely quiet once I'm done, and it'll just be extremely awkward. No, obviously I'm not going to be doing that. But yeah, let's go ahead and learn a little lore, shall we, of Utopia and the Eyeless. If I can find it. Is that way back? Is it? Oh yeah, because these are all the Final Girls. Okay. The Eyeless. Ezekiel Johnson was passing through Utopia on the day the residents of Utopia were slaughtered. He left the general store, cola in hand, cola pop, and headed back to his car. I was actually out to eat the other day, and the waitress, because I get like Diet Coke, and she was like, "Oh, would you like another soda pop?" And I live in Missouri, which you would expect to hear pop, or probably pop. But that was the first time I'd ever heard soda pop, and I'm like, man, that's weird. It's soda. I call it soda, or I guess if you're from the deep south, it's, what is it, Coke? Everything Coke. Cola in hand, and headed back to his car. Suddenly, he heard a thunderous roar like a jet plane, tearing through the sky. He looked up, shielding his eyes from the sun, and saw an unidentifiable object falling to the earth with a trail of smoke behind it. He waited for the explosive impact as it fell behind some boulders in the distance, but no sound of impact ever came. Curious about what he'd seen, Ezekiel drove his pickup truck out toward where he thought the thing should have landed. As he drove around the boulders and the land opened up before him, he saw it. An egg-shaped craft was hovering about 40 feet above the ground, out in the middle of nowhere. He stopped the truck a few hundred yards away and got out. Ezekiel had seen enough in his 62 years to know not to get too much closer. He wondered if it was something from the government or not of this world. The black metal of the craft seemed woven in an intricate pattern. There was a large hiss, and the bottom of the craft began separating from the top and slowly lowering towards the ground. It was not falling, but hovering down. As it lowered, Ezekiel could make out some kind of gelatinous blob on the platform. After a few moments, he realized it was melting. It didn't seem like ice exactly, but the heat of the desert environment certainly seemed to contribute to the speed with which the blob was quickly deteriorating. The spine on top of the Eyeless's head was the first thing Ezekiel saw, and then its face, that seemed to only have skin where you would expect eyes to be. Ooh. At that moment, he knew that this was not anything from planet Earth. He remained transfixed, but slowly moved back into his truck. By the time the Eyeless was halfway unfrozen, Ezekiel realized that he was probably in great danger. Ezekiel sped off back towards the town, adjusting his rear-view mirror to keep eye on the creature. He could see it was conscious and moving. It was trying to free its legs. It had several of them. As the platform continued to slowly hover down from the surface, a few seconds later, it had succeeded, and it jumped off the platform and shrieked. Ah! Ezekiel stepped on the gas. Oh my fucking god! And realized the Eyeless was bounding after him. He sped right past the general store and saw the owner of the general store, Vic, run out to scold him for driving so fast through the town. "Well, there's kids around here, you know!" Vic yelled. No sooner had the last word left Vic's mouth when the Eyeless bounded in and tore him limb from limb. Ezekiel gasped in horror and continued driving as fast as he could towards the old Jeep trail. The old Jeep Trail. Yep. So that is Utopia, which... Well, that's the Eyeless, sorry. I actually don't think they have, like, lore on the locations. But they do have lore on the final girl, which I have chosen to play as Rhonda. And let's see about her. Rhonda Carter was sent to Utopia to do seismology studies to support her research as an archaeological student at Hammond University. She'd been in town for a month or so taking readings and studying. There really wasn't much else to do after all. Rhonda reveled in meeting new Utopians. They clearly hadn't seen or met someone with her style and flair. That's what they're calling it. She was met with trepidation and caution from the residents at first, but the more they got to know her, the more they accepted her as a guest. Oh, how surprising. If you don't deal with prejudices or generalizations, you tend to like people. The other guests that were coming to Utopia would not be so welcomed. Alright. Yeah, so... Here we are. I'm also, this is the first time, I always forgot to do this in Series 1 and Series 2 stuff, but I'm going to, or try to remember to do the gruesome deaths, because I did these for the first time last time I was playing. And if you're not familiar, the gruesome deaths are like thematic ways that the victims die. I always thought these were like ways that you killed the killer or ways that you died, but it's actually meant to be for the victims. So that's what we will do. So here we are. We got the ones for the Eyeless and here in Utopia. So I got those set aside. If I forget to do this, it's really not that big of a deal because they're either general deaths or there are like actually specific ones. But let's learn about the rules. Utopia is relatively straightforward. They have sand snakes, which are always fun. There's miniatures for these sand snakes, but as far as I'm aware, they don't actually come out. But each turn, sand snakes will erupt from the ground and dealing damage at various locations in a certain order. So, when was it? End of the killer phase. At the end of the killer phase, I will draw 2 of these sand snake cards, and they will say where a sand snake attacks and in what order, which typically follows victim, final girl, minion, then killer. So it can actually deal damage to the killer, which is cool. And there's actually an achievement in one of the boxes where it kills the killer, which would be very nice. And yeah, they immediately burrow back into, so they can't be injured in any way. You are able to use reaction cards to prevent damage, so if I have any guards or retaliates, then I could block the damage. Yeah, and one of the cards in there tells me to reshuffle. Then we have sinkholes. We have these little, these straight up butthole tokens. Like, literally the most bleached butthole token I have ever seen. And I've played Epic Spell Wars, and this is ripped straight from the art of that. So the little sinkholes will actually be placed on locations, and those are impassable. If you're there, if a sinkhole goes there, you take a damage, and then everything else they might flee or something, but then that area is no longer, you can't walk through it. And that's it. That's what Utopia brings. While we're talking about Utopia, we have the bunker, general store, and sheep farm for items. And right now, I have the bunker, which is where the Eyeless is currently at, hunkered down. It has the seismometer. Once during each action phase, you may look at the top 2 cards of the Sand Snake deck. You are only attacked by the Sand Snakes if there are no other targets in your space. That's pretty solid, because they can completely erupt out of... It's completely random. Then there's the canteen that is in the general store. Discard during the action phase to choose one of the following. I can discard the dehydration event or gain 6 time, which is also very good. And then last but not least, at the sheep farm is the bulldozer keys. It's a old sheep farm. There's not even sheep there anymore. It's about to be bulldozed. But the bulldozer token, or in this case, the mini, gets placed in your space. It may move with you. While with the bulldozer, you and all victims in your space may ignore the effects of sand snakes. So who needs a seismometer whenever you have a bulldozer? That would be making the most noise ever, but I guess they just ignore the effects of sand snakes. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, so those are those locations. Now let's go on to the Eyeless. The Eyeless is pretty interesting. Basically, the major rule for this is noise. So down here, I don't know what I'm actually showing. I think I'm mainly showing this part. But on the zero space, there is this noise token. Every card that I play that gets resolved increases noise. And what the noise value does is during certain tarot cards, the Eyeless will target me if my noise value is up a certain threshold. So it might have my specific target with a 3 on it, my target icon. And if my noise value is 3 or higher, then it's going to basically go after me. Otherwise, it'll say an otherwise, and it'll go after most likely whoever's nearby. So yeah, the Eyeless it's pretty sneaky, has 10 health, and just kind of ramps up pretty quick, especially as you're making more noise. But that's pretty much it. Oh, and there are these noise cards. These get attached to items, and there's a general kind of rule that they have where if you can do it silently, like drinking, so the canteen, it doesn't cause any noise to use the item. Things that you would hear in the same space is +1 noise when you use the item, and then if it could be heard from a distance, it would be +3 noise. So not entirely sure. I mean, the examples they give is a canteen or healing is 0, a melee weapon is 1, and guns are 2, or guns are the +3. In terms of these, I mean, the bulldozer will 100% make noise, but I'm not technically using it. So, is it only the ones that are in my hand? When an item is used during the action phase. Yeah, it just says when you acquire an item. So, I would give a +3 noise if I'm using the bulldozer. That makes literally the most sense. So I guess there's the counteraction is I get to ignore the sand snakes, but the Eyeless is going to come after me. Okay, then my event was we need a plan. I know we could, or we could. Hell, I don't know. So I take the planning action card into my hand. If it's already in my hand, I take an improvised action card instead. So yeah, I start with actually a planning, which is very nice. Jesus Christ, I have no idea why I'm yawning so much. Besides the fact that I'm tired. Okay. It's funny because I always seem to try and have a drink whenever I'm playing, but then I forget about it, so it makes me think like sponsors. It's like, I'm not actually drinking this shit. I'm just getting paid millions of dollars to advertise it. I wish. If I was getting sponsored by Coke, I wouldn't be working. And my channel would somehow have popped off. Also, you guys can't really see it, but there's this very nice new player aid that came with Series 3. So now the whole thing is really in, like, it's complete. Now the only thing I wish it was one complete one instead of 3 separate ones, but that's really it. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I have no victims next to me. The setup was Menace. Nope. What is that? Welcome to Utopia. Welcome to Utopia. Have a look around. Everything that brain of yours can think of can be found. I definitely want that bulldozer because these sand snakes are just going to suck pretty hard. So I would much rather just get as close as I can to them. Because if I can go, I mean, I can't search, but if I could walk and then maybe, if I get really lucky, if I can walk into the sheep farm and then walk up here and back down, I can take these guys with me, and hopefully the sheep farm doesn't get attacked by the sand snakes. Why would I move back? I could go 1, 2, and if I got another two, I could go 1, 2, and that would be pretty hot. Also, the sand snakes locations, these boulder spots, the burgundy or red out, oh, they died. The outlined ones, those are safe from sand snake attacks. So let's go ahead and play walk. Horror level is 4. Let's see what I get. Literally, okay, well, it's going to go downhill from here. So 6 and a 5. All right, well, walk. I will gladly move up to 2 spaces. Boom, boom. Go into the sheep farm. And now, I'm not actually going to be too upset with doing another walk. Oh, speaking of, noise goes up. Noise is going to go up again. Okay, 1 success. So let's just go in here. I'm not upset about that location because that is, yeah. That's going to make it safe. So I lose some time. Hey, what are you guys doing in here? Are you getting scared of the... Are you getting scared that there's some eyeless creature that can hear every noise we make? That planning card I'm definitely going to hold on to. I think I'm going to... I could focus for the cost of 3. You know what? I will. I will risk a focus. Hi-ya! Ooh, goddamn. I'm killing it right now. 2 successes. Lowers horror by 1 and increases time by 2. Nice. Okay. I'm going to stop there, though, because now my noise is 3. So I am going to stop on that. And now I'm going to buy some stuff. So I'm very much going to spend 2 to get a sprint. Another 2 to get a search. And I have 2 left. I'm protected right there. I think I'm going to get another sprint. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm good there. Let's reset back to 6. And now the killer phase. So the Eyeless right now is blind. So it's just going to target the closest area and move 1 space. Boop. And that's it. Well, I mean, it's going to do a terror card. Oh, well, all the sheep are dead. Well, it's going to raise horror by 2. I'm glad I focused then. And it's going to target it's going to target this guy at the scrapyard. It's going to move. It doesn't need to move, and it's going to attack. It is 3 damage. So this guy is very much killed. In the scrapyard, I noticed all the sheep were dead. That's why the bulldozer's there, because, I mean, when all your sheep are dead at a sheep farm, there's not really much to do. Hey! Okay. There is a, Utopia Terror. All the sheep are dead. Our very first gruesome death. Jessie marched over to the once crowded sheep pen. She couldn't help but let out a gasp when she saw the state of the corpses. The sheep had been horribly mangled, their limbs and innards spread all over the enclosed patch of farmland. The farmer who had owned the sheep saw her expression and gave a low head shake. Well, do you reckon it was one of them newfangled sand snakes, Sheriff? He asked. Jessie was about to answer when suddenly she heard a loud shriek from somewhere nearby. What was that? The farmer yelled in fear and reached into his belt for his handgun, but before he could even draw it, a massive creature barreled into him, knocking him into the ground. The thing was huge and had a shit ton of massive pointed legs. It bit into the farmer's face and yanked it clean off. Jesus Christ. Jessie had seen enough. She turned around and ran as fast as her legs could carry her. Okay. Just bit his face off. Yep, that's that dude at the scrapyard. It's funny because it's like all the sheep are dead, but he died up in the scrapyard. So I guess that's where the sheriff and that person was met. Okay, so that was the terror card. Then we do sand snakes. Oh, also, it's during upkeep. So a sand snake attacks at the crossroads. Oh, bloodlust. Oh, I did raise blood. No, I didn't. There we go. Which causes terror to go up. Yeah. Sand snake attacks at the crossroads, which is up there. There was no one there. And the second one, and attacks at the Jeep Trail, which is where I started, but that is it. So, one target, which is, and these things are nice. One, it actually shows the art of where it's at, but it also says it does 1 damage to 1 target following victim, you, minion, killer. So they don't kill like everything there. And I can't remember if all of the priorities are the same. I thought they were different. But that's it for the killer phase. Panic phase, there's no one to panic because there's only one person there. And then there are still terror cards, so no finale phase. And noise goes back down to 0. It always resets at the end of the round. Okay, so one guy who was super upset about the sheep got his face ripped off, like the sheep did. Okay. Well, I think first things first, I'm going to... Oh, these 0 cards. Now I'll go right there. I'm going to focus because... Okay, so 1 success, so I lost some time, noise goes up, but I do lower horror. I would like to avoid horror being in 6, if at all possible. Rhonda also can do some cool stuff. I would like to get a pretty big hit to it while it's relatively weak, and I do have 2 sprints. So I'm going to play 1 sprint. Hi-ya! Okay, another 1 success, so 1 and a 6. So losing some time, but I do still get to move 2 spaces, so we're going to go 1 and save these 2 people, and 2, get out of here, go, you lovebirds! So, oh, okay, well I'm going to lower horror by 2. And I'm going to take a search action card. Nice. All right. Let's see. I think, yeah, I'm going to do some searching. Come on. 2 successes. 1 6. Man, it's literally been like a 6 and a 1 the past 3 rolls. So I will take the top item card and I will lose some time. Which is the bulldozer keys. Hey, hey, hey. Place a bulldozer token in my space. Yeah! The bulldozer may move with you, while with the bulldozer, you and all victims in your space may ignore the effects of sand snakes. And the bulldozer, if I do use it, is definitely going to be heard at a distance. Oh yeah, gunshots, a whistle, vehicle use. Fair enough. That's what I was going to do anyway, so... That's a lot of noise, and I mean, I guess I could use it to draw him my way. I could search again. 3 noise is a pretty good threshold. Like, I have seen 4, but I haven't really seen anything high, like lower than that. So 3 is like a good baseline where you may or may not get attacked. So I think... I mean, what do I have? I only have 3 time. I think I will get rid of... I think I'll discard the short rest to increase time by 1, and I'm going to call it there. But I do kind of want to save a couple people, because then I can get my ultimate ability, which I have no idea. I have never played as Rhonda. But let's purchase some action cards, and I think... I'm going to spend all 4 to get this Furious Strike. Kind of want distraction a little bit because it's raising horror by a little bit, but I got a few attacks. I start with my planning, which is nice. Maybe if I search the sheep farm or the bulldozer, maybe there's a weapon in there. And that's that. So raise that to 6. These are... There's a sprint and a search. Oh, and I can get these back. And these are going there. So I got a couple walks. I have some good movement already. And I like starting with that planning. That is very nice to have in the back pocket just because it is going to give me some extra dice. Alright, killer phase. It's going to move. It has a tiebreaker, so it's going to move to the one with the most people. Just a bundled up family hiding from the sand snakes. Then terror card. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. Well, this is actually the perfect card to have drawn right now. I'm going to go and let you know when I do my final thoughts on this. This card alone makes me hate the Eyeless completely. I think it's absolute bullshit of a card to introduce in a game like this, in any game really, because it's just lazy and fucking dog shit. It's called Unlimited Endurance. If the Eyeless is already at full health when this card is revealed, discard it and draw the next terror card. Great, it is. I've done no damage to it. However, let's say I've done 8 damage to it. Then, you restore the Eyeless to full health. Shuffle this card back into the terror deck. If this is the last card in the terror deck, discard it. I'm really glad this came up because I despise cards like this. It really makes me hate, just hate anything I'm doing. So it is at full health because I've done no damage, so this just gets rid of, but it does ramp up the terror. Blood-curdling screams. Okay. There are victims on the board. Panic all victims. And, okay. Ooh, panic all victims. Interesting. And then here's a good example of the card. So this is, my threshold of noise is 3. So it's not actually going to target me. It's going to target whoever's closest, which there are some people there. And it's going to kill one of them. However, before we actually do any of that, they're all going to panic. So we'll just go this way. So starting there, one person's running to the trailer park. I have to try and remember. If you panic all victims, would you just roll once for all of them? I like rolling individually. One is back up into the scrapyard. Running by, sees the farmer with his face ripped off. Okay, then we have this one, which is a 5. Okay, so he runs in there and sees that the Eyeless is lurking. Yeah, so that guy's unfortunately about to die. Then we have the electrical tower. 3. He's moving up to the general store. Then we got Ma and Pa, who own the general store. We got a 6. They're running down to the electrical tower. Ma, where are you going? And he follows. How nice. Ooh, they might be the best to rescue. Then we have the water tower, which is a 1, running to the scrapyard. And then that person that's in a cave is running. Ooh, hey! Do they automatically escape? Or do I have to be the one to escort them into 2? Okay, general store. Like, okay, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get supplies at the general store. I think I saw the owner, so that means we can steal. I don't know if they rulebook's over here. If they automatically escape. I don't think I've ever had them panic into the safe area. What are those areas even called? Panic. Okay. Yep, move. Yeah, so they don't follow because they're same was described above. Okay, yep, I already did that. Then it really only mentions like moving whenever I. Okay. Yep, I have to be the one to do it. Yeah, even if passing through, any victims that are in that space may be saved, whether you brought them with you or they were already there. So they're just really stupid. Really stupid. They don't know how to get out. They're shocked, so I have to just be like, hey, it's that way. There's the road. Or I guess thematically, they don't know where the creature's at. And I could be the one to be like, hey, he's way back there, you're good, get out of here. So that's kind of a free save, not horrible. Anyway, so panic all victims. If my noise was 4 or higher, it would move to me. Its movement is insane too, so it'd get pretty damn close, but unfortunately it does not. And it kills that person. So, oh no! Which is going to raise Terror, or Bloodlust, which is going to discard the next Terror card. Alright, now let's see. That was based off items. It might just be general deaths. Blood-curdling screams is... Oh, it's right there. The dirt roads were chaos, filled with screams, motion, and blood. The creature had come from nowhere, ripping through happily chattering walkers like they were made of paper. It was vicious and fast, far more than the sand snakes that had recently started plaguing the town. With each life the mysterious creature took, the street grew quieter. Screams were replaced with choked gurgles, cries of help with moans of pain, and eventually all sounds went to silence. Anyway, I'm not sure if I was supposed to roll once and move them all that number. I like the idea of them all panicking in different directions. Anyway, so that was the Terror card. So got pretty lucky on that endurance, because last time I played this, because I was playing with my girlfriend and I was teaching her the game, because this game, funny enough, if I noticed it's solo only, but I have done this multiple times where you could watch someone play and kind of be like a DM. Like, you can play this cooperatively with one other person. Yeah, it is solo only, but if you have one person, like, I was kind of DMing and describing all the events of what was happening, and it's gone over well. So there's an idea for people who, if you don't play solo only games are just limited cooperative games. Kind of like how you can play cooperative games solo. You can play solo games cooperative. Anyway, Sand Snake attacks the general store. No! Does 1 damage to 1 target on that space. Damn, kills one other victim, which is going to raise Terror even more. And then the electrical tower. Jeez, they're just ripping through. Yep, and now his dark power is revealed, because it's been a hot second since I've played Final Girl, to be honest. And I believe just any time a victim dies, Bloodlust goes up. Bloodlust. Yeah, 20 and 29. Killer will get stronger as the game goes on and more victims perish. Each time a victim is killed, and anytime you see the Bloodlust icon, that means Bloodlust must be increased by 1. Okay, cool. Which unfortunately raises the dark power. High alert! Oh, Jesus Christ. It's his epic dark power. Jeez. There's the art. Bloodlust at the beginning of each killer phase. Oh, that's rough. Okay. What do I got? I do have a Furious Strike and Weak Attack. I might search that before using the... Do I still have my sprint and I have some walks? I can get there. That's disgusting. That's definitely going to get to the finale pretty quick. But I know this creature does not have unlimited endurance. Yeah, we're going to get to a finale this this round. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but that's okay. Anyway, so no panic phase, then upkeep. So time goes... No, not time. Noise goes down to 0. Okay. Let's go ahead and we're going to search while I'm here. Hey, I'll take that. Oh, God damn it. Okay, so I have a 5 and a 4. What cards could I get rid of? I could do... Is Weak Attack really going to do me that good? I don't think it is, actually. I don't have a weapon. I'm probably going to draw a weapon, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of a walk. Yeah, I think I'll discard a walk and a focus. And these do not raise noise, but the search does. To turn that 4 into a 5. And that's 2 successes, which means I get to draw the top 2 item cards. And hopefully it's just a handgun. Okay. Telescoping 10-foot pole. Oh, it's not a weapon. It goes in my hands, though. Telescoping 10-foot pole. You may skip 1 space when moving from a boulder space. No effects are triggered in the skip space, and no victims may follow you when you use this item. Or can chili. Ignore the effects of a sand snake attack in your space and any adjacent space for you and any victims present. That I will have. Because I don't want... I mean, Bloodlust is going up no matter what. Ooh, yeah. I was hoping for a weapon, but I did not get one. May skip 1 space when moving from a boulder. I guess I'll grab that for now. Yeah, Ken Chili's not doing it. Not doing it. What was the 10-foot telescoping 10-foot pole? Was it to poke the sheep here? All right. So, okay, so here's the question. If I'm using the bulldozer, may move with you, is that just for every move? It's probably for every move. Which is not amazing right now. I think I'm just going to try and save some people, honestly. If I can. If I get really lucky, I can go 1, 2, and 1, 2. I don't need to save all. Well, I mean. Ooh. All right, let's see. Let's see what I get with a walk. Still 2 dice. Let's use these 2. Okay, 1 success. I don't have the dice or the cards to turn that in, so it's just going to be moving 1 space. Which is going to be 1 noise and losing a time. And then let's sprint. Let's try these middle dice. Maybe that'll be better. There we go. There we go. Oops, dropped it. There we go. 2 successes, so that's going to be 3 spaces. Which doesn't quite get me, but it does get them further away. Unless I go... damn it. Damn it! 1, 2... But I'll be further away from him, so 1, 2... Come on, guys! There's nothing in the general store! There's a canteen! We gotta get out of here! Like, that thing is insanely huge now. It keeps feeding. Fed off all the sheep. It fed off that dude's face. It's just getting bigger. And I lost the time. And I think I'm gonna end there. Because now I just have attacks. So if it does come after me, at least I can start whooping its ass. But hopefully it doesn't. So that is that. Now I can buy some cards. I have a short rest and a focus. I need some movement. So I'm going to spend 2 to grab this sprint. And he's so strong. Oh, I only have 1. Or I only have 2 left. What if... Ooh. I can skip a space. Damn it. Oh, and moving from a... I'm going to say the telescoping 10-foot pole, since it's not a weapon, I'm going to say it doesn't cause any noise. It allows me to... It's like I'm like, whatever they call it. It's not stilts, but like pole vaulting. I'm pole vaulting, and you know how quiet pole vaulting is. You know what? I'm going to spend 2, and I think having a guard is probably going to be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are good there. Killer phase. It is going to move back up to the scrapyard with all the blood-curdling scream and the thing running around. I mean, if it's sized to scale, these things are taller with all its legs and how everyone's on high alert. Beginning of the killer phase. There we go. Then we have our terror card. I have a bad feeling about this. It's going to increase terror and increase the noise level by 1 and draw the next terror card. Nice. Not that it's going to matter a whole lot, just because, whenever it has to cycle, it just discards the next terror card. If we stay here, we will starve. If there are no victims on any... Okay. Oh, God. You idiots! You fucking idiots. Well, as they're coming, they think I'm just going to have them stay there, so they're freaking out that they're not going to have any food. It's like, fucker, you are the food for the Eyeless. So these two are going to panic. So one of them is moving 3, so it's running to the water tower. Makes sense, that's where water's at. And one's a 1, so at least it runs up there, sees its buddy, and then terror's getting raised, and I draw an event. So got lucky that it did not attack anyone yet. Get on the roof! If either the house or water tower space collapses, you and any victims in the space do not take damage, but still panic. Okay. If both places have collapsed, discard this card. Oh, and the We Need a Plan is discarded. So... I don't know. Sure. There we go. Oh, that's right. These guys go here. That's where victims die. And all the victim pools go... That's where we put them. Anyway, got pretty lucky. They're hiding in the thing, and luckily this thing, the Eyeless can't see them. So... Here we are. No victim died, so no panic. And then noise goes down. We still... How many cards do we have left? 4? Yeah, that's pretty much happening. I need to focus for sure. Oh. That's going to go there, and these are... We have a search. We have these zeros. Okay. So this is going to be a pretty decent move, but I do need to focus because otherwise I'm about to hit with the red. 1 success, 6 and a 1, so I will lower that and gain and lose a time. All right, so let's sprint, baby. Still 2 dice. Okay, so a 5 and a 3. Do I have any cards I want to get rid of? I don't really... I can do weak attack and short rest. I got the bulldozer keys, but I ended up not using it because that noise value is insane. Man, that would just be fascinating. So if I... Do I hold on to the cards? So if I go 1, I'll save those 2 people, and I'll actually unlock my special ability. I'm wasting on a heal, but that could be fine. I mean, this thing is going to hit me. I mean, my guard is there. Might get retaliate. But I could really start trying to, lure him to me. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend the 2 to get the 3rd or the 2nd. So that's going to give me 3 movement. Yeah, move up to 3 spaces, and I do lose some time. So 1, be like, fine, you think you're going to starve? Get out of here. So that's that, which lets me move 1 space. So that's actually even better, and then I heal. However... When this power is revealed, gain time... Oh, that is awesome. This is really good for this high alert. I don't look at these, by the way, whenever I pick the characters. I just pick a character. When this power is revealed, gain time equal to the bloodlust level, which is 1, 2, 3, which is 5. And when bloodlust increases, I gain time. So because bloodlust increases at the beginning of each killer phase, I'm going to get a time for that. That's pretty hot. I don't hate that in the slightest. Woo! So I'm actually going to hold on to my cards, but I still have my movement. I moved 1 because of my victim saving. It lets me move 1 space. I have 2 movement, but with my telescoping 10-foot pole, I get to skip a space when moving out of that. So I'm going to skip the general store, head to the electrical tower. So that's one move, and then I'm going to move back to the old road. So that was 1, 2, 3. Hot. Actually, let's be a little bit smarter about this, because I don't want to start taking damage from the sand snakes. So, let's go. Let's skip the general store and go 2, 3. Let's head in there, just in case. I mean, he could have his finale, which I don't know what it is, obviously. There's 4 options. I know what one of them is, which is brutal, because the Eyeless is not some... I mean, it kills its victims pretty quick. Anyway, did I forget to... I did forget to do the sand snakes the last time for those, so we'll see what it was. We were in here, so sand snake attacks at the house, which is right there, so nothing happens there. And then after resolving and discarding other sand snake cards that were drawn, shuffle this card, all cards. Okay, so it was a discard, so no sand snakes, they were taking a nap, so not too bad. So now I have a bunch of time. I'm still... Do I discard? Do I go up to a 10? I might actually discard a card to get more time. I'm playing pretty conservative, which is not the worst. What do I got? Guard, Fury Strike, and Planning. Do I get rid of the Planning? I might. You know what? I actually am going to discard. I got it for free. I'm not using it. I think I will. I might regret that, but that's going to give me 10. And now I'm done. So now we're in the planning phase. I'm going to get my zeros back for free. Then for 10, might come back to bite me. Might really... Oh man, that could come back to bite me. No, I have some focus in here. It won't be the worst. So I'm going to grab a critical blow and retaliate. Did I only play 2 cards? I did. I only played the focus and the sprint. So my that was 10 times, so we reset that back to 6. The planning is going to 4, 0, 0, sprint, and focus. Nice. So beginning of the high alert, bloodlust goes up, which causes horror to go up, and my time to go up. Nice. Then it's going to stay there, do its killer actions. Now we're going to draw a terror. This thing is too fast for us. Yeah, it is. You kicked over, a scrap heap, caused it all to fall as you were trying to sneak out of it. You thought it was on the other side, and that thing just bolted right after you, and it's going to kill both of them. Whoo! Which is going to cause bloodlust to go up twice, which means my timer goes up twice, and I discard the next terror card. This thing is too fast for us. Let's see. That was an Eyeless. An Eyeless terror. Okay, so they don't have one. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Jason could tell they weren't going to make it. Despite their head start, the creature was just too damn fast. He could feel their lead rapidly diminishing as the creature bounded towards them, which is terrifying. Like as he's like running, like holding on to like his sister's hand or something. Next to him, Carol let out a cry of fear and frustration as he struggled to keep pace. A pang of anger flashed through Jason. He wasn't going to die like this. He was so close to his bard. He just needed to slow that blasted creature down somehow. One moment, Carol was pumping her legs as fast as she could, her heart feeling like it was about to explode, and the next, she was lying face down in the dirt, ankles sore from when Jason had kicked them. Oh, okay, so Jason's just a piece of shit. Jason could hear her scream as the creature tore her apart. He slammed the reinforced barn door shut and locked it. He had survived. No way in hell that creature was getting through that door. Sure, He had to trip Carol to do it, his little sister. But better he lived than they both die, he reasoned. Jason heard a loud thump as the creature slammed inside into the barn door repeatedly. He started laughing. How pathetic. That creature just didn't know when to give up. Suddenly, with a loud crash, the creature came smashing through the barn door. Jason let out a scream as it bore down upon him. What a shame. What a shame for old Jason. Okay, so now that was it. So now we're going to draw some sand snakes. Come on, scrapyard. Okay. This is after resolving and discarding other sand snakes. Shuffle this card. Okay. And then the house. No one at the house. But yeah, so now these just get shuffled back in. Does it say this card doesn't count? No. After resolving and discarding the other sand snakes card. You know, it might actually say in here. It says this was done after resolving all the other sand snake cards drawn at the same time. So maybe I'd still draw the 2. We'll just say I still draw 2. General store, no one's there. And now they all get shuffled. Maybe that's what you do. The one thing about these games, though, is there's actually quite a lot of edge cases, but they pretty much have in the rulebook where it's like, you have 3 options to make a decision. You can either make it where it's the worst outcome for you, more horrific. You can do it where it is more thematic, which is kind of the route I go, depending on how I'm feeling. And the third is which is more funny. Because, as you can tell, this game is not really meant to be taken that seriously. I have so many ways to attack that it's not even funny, and ways to guard. So theoretically, if I rolled super well, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could do 7 damage, and that'd be pretty much it. But I do have a lot of time. But it also deals 4 damage. But I have ways to guard that. And panic. There are only 2 people left. Time goes down. Not time. Noise. Noise goes down. And now it is my turn. I do have a walk. I have 2 walks. And my 10-foot pole lets me skip a space when moving. Bloodlust is going up no matter what, which is going to discard the next terror card. I think there's 2 left. So the question is, do I start rocking? You know what? I wouldn't drive the bulldozer. I'm going to walk. I am not... Do I have any focus? I have 1 focus. Let's go ahead and do that first. Focus. Okay. Do I discard? I think I don't. So I'm just going to take the 1, lose a time, but lose a horror. Increase noise. Now I'm going to walk. Have a little bit of coverage there. Okay. Jeez. Yeah, well, I wanted to walk 1 space anyway. Wasn't going to skip it. So now, do I place the bulldozer token? It may move with you while with the bulldozer. You and all victims in your space may ignore the effects of sand snakes. Okay, so while I'm at the sheep farm, I ignore the effects of the sand snakes. That's nice. And I don't know if I would increase noise. I'd say I'll increase noise when I move with it, which I'm gonna do. Haha! Okay, 1 or 6 and a 3. That's fine. Lost a little bit more time and increase that, but I don't really care about noise. Come on! I'm gonna put her here. So this is where I'm at. I am in the bulldozer, which really raised noise. That moved it up to 6. And if I abandon the bulldozer, then I will put myself back. Just know that this is me now. This is actually, you know what I could have done? Use the token for whenever it's idle, and then replace my mini with the mini whenever I'm in it. So that's what we'll do. And I'm gonna leave it there. So I'm back to 6 time. One thing I'm really glad about this game is there's no round limit. You don't have a certain number of rounds to beat something, so you can play it real safe and methodical to try and build up to kill them. But if the finale card shows up, then, I mean, that's not great. So I'm going to get these zeros back. These zeros go away, and I have 6 time. I think I'm going to spend all 6 of that time for a distraction and an improvise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 cards, so I am good. I am good there. Then killer phase, we're going to discard the next tarot card, so this goes whoop, which means I gain a time. Discarding the next tarot card. Oh, thank God. And then this tarot card. Untimely. Oh, wow. Okay. Untimely encounter. Place the killer in your space. Damn it, I just had the... Alright, well... And just like as I'm driving, it's just like... just pulling open the door. Ah! Poking at it with my pole. Oh, and it's gonna... It's attacking me for 4. Okay. Well, we will retaliate. Luckily, horror's still 2. Oh, hell yeah. Double 6. Damn it. Double 6s, baby. 6, 6. Boom! So I'm going to ignore all damage and deal 2 damage back. And you're not going to heal. It didn't get any dark powers. That's hot. And noise really doesn't matter because it only applies to the terror deck. So hell yeah. That was the killer phase. So now let's see. Where are we at? The Jeep area? Okay, Sand Snake attacks your space. The Sand Snake does 1 damage to... I am not in a safe spot, so it is attacking my space. The Sand Snake does damage to 1 target on that space, which is the victim and me. Oh wait, but I'm with the bulldozer. While with the bulldozer, I ignore you and all victims. Ignore the effects of Sand Snake, so I actually don't take any damage. And the second one is at the general store. So, bulldozer coming in clutch, fighting off both Sand Snakes and the Eyeless. What are you, dickless too? Haha, Gotti! Alright, so that is the upkeep phase, or that was the killer phase, panic phase, no one's there, upkeep phase, which is now the finale. Okay, no more running. Place the Eyeless in your space, and there's actually me right there, and he's already in my space. Oh, he's attacking me twice. That's brutal. You may use movement effects to move victims instead. Okay, that's pretty brutal, but I think, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's at 8. All right, let's do this. Improvise. 2, 6, and a 5. Until this action phase ends, all 3s and 4s are successes. That's hot. That is hot. Sure, noise goes up. Critical blow, baby. Let's do it. Still rolling 2 dice. That is a 3 and a 6. So that's 2 successes. That is 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And terror goes down. I'm like, oh, is this what's been ripping people up? That's embarrassing. Then we are going to Furious Strike. 5 and 5. So 2 more damage. I'm just hitting it, running it over with the bulldozer, like lifting it up and boom, boom, boom. Like when it jumps on, I stab it with my pole and start running it over again. I don't think I lowered. Ooh. Let's do Distraction while I'm at it. That's a 3 and a 6, so that means it is 2 successes. So 1, 2. And I gain time. Also. Yeah, none of those. So I'm not even... this thing is a fucking joke. 1, 2, 3, 4. So noise is at 4. I mean, this thing would be dead if I had an actual weapon, which unfortunately I don't. Yep. But we're gonna go all out, baby. I'm rolling 3 dice now, so this is even better. Yep, 2 5s. So I'm gonna deal 1 damage to it. Oh, I have no attacks left, which sucks. So I have to just defend a little bit. Use movement effects to move victims instead, but maybe, maybe one of the sand snakes will kill him. Then I'm gonna focus. That's a 3 and a 4, so because of because of not distraction. Yeah, it is improvise. Yeah, these are all successes. So focus lowers horror by 1, gaining me 2 time. Which unfortunately kind of sucks because I'm not gonna be able to kill him. And that's it. Yeah, none of these are gonna do anything. So, geez. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No more running. Looks like someone's a little lost. Okay. So now we go to the planning phase, which I get these back, which none of them were attacks, which sucks. So for 2, I'm gonna buy guard. For 3, I'm gonna buy improvise. And then for 5, I'm gonna buy long rest. And then for 0, I'm gonna buy a close call. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not 0, for 1. Okay. Then it is now his turn. Well, let me see where these are going. All my good attack cards are here. Critical blow, improvise, and there we go. Was it? Oh, distraction goes right here. I'm like, that's not how I had it laid out. Improvise was there, and retaliate was there. All right, so, oh yeah, so he's going to, yeah, he's definitely targeting me. So he's attacking me twice. Luckily, I have a guard, which I'm rolling 3 dice. Oh yeah, 5 and a 5 and a 2. So I ignore all damage. That's 1 guard, and the second attack, I will guard again. 6 and a 5. So ignoring all damage. Here's the problem. I can't kill him. Now, I do gain a time because Bloodlust would go up. There's no terror cards to remove. The Scrapyard, which nothing there. And the Electrical Tower. So that's where they're attacking. Damn it! I was really hoping that... oh man, the seismometer. That would actually be... that. I see now why that would have been good. Because then I could have looked at the top 2 cards. I didn't get a search. The seismometer, if I had gotten... I could have tried to run to the bunker. To get it, so I could see what the top 2 cards are, and then because he's going to come straight to my spot, I would know, I'd be leading him to where the locations are. So, what did I buy? I did buy a long rest and an improvise. That would have been... getting the search would have been... better. But it is what it is. That was the killer phase, panic phase. We're good. And then upkeep. So we're just going to stick with what we got. Now it's my turn. No collapsing. None of the areas collapsed. So pretty straightforward. I mean, a lot of people saved. Rhonda's doing a bang-up job. A lot of people dead. More people dead than saved. That's okay. but I had a lot of mobility, and I'm going to continue to use that mobility, baby. So it's going to come to me. I don't know what it's going to be. So the electrical tower, scrapyard, general store. Scrapyard, general store, electrical tower. I mean, it's really, like just kind of random. So it is, I mean, bunker might be it. So we can walk. Ooh, okay. Luckily this playmat rolled him back. So 2 6s and a 2. So I'm going to move 2 spaces. Let's go 1, 2. Ooh, yes. Unfortunately, it still comes to my spot. I lose a time. And let's walk some more. Yeah, this thing isn't even scary. And just 1 success, which is fine. And I can skip the scrapyard, so I will make it to the bunker. And I lose a time. Which is okay, because I think I'm going to leave that here. I don't have any guards. All right. Yes, yeah, that's it. All right, purchase cards. Actually, if I'm not planning on taking any damage, I could have focused. Yeah, let's actually focus before I end my turn, because then I might get more time back. And I do! So that is going to be... It's going to be 3 time. I lower horror, which gains me in time, and I gain 2 more. So I'm at 8. And that would give me 6. I need to get rid of 2 cards. I think I will actually discard Close Call and Short Rest to get me back up to 10. So now I got 2. Now I'm going to buy stuff. And I'm going to spend 4 of that on Retaliate, which actually just might kill it, hopefully. And we'll spend the other 6 on Critical Blow. Just in case. So Close Call gives me some rerolls, but these guards are no longer here. And that's it. Killer Phase goes back, increases that. No tarot cards to discard. Now he is just going to... Unfortunately, I cannot ignore, because I didn't take... Oh, I could have taken that with me. The bulldozer may move with you. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's no reason why I wouldn't. If it can move with me, then the telescoping 10-foot pole does not say that I can't have the bulldozer come with me. Just victims cannot come with me. So I'm just like using it to see, because telescoping, I'm like, nothing's there. So I guess I'm safe to... Yeah, it is pole vaulting. You know how to pole vault, right? Huh. I don't know, but I took the bulldozer with me. My noise is all the way up at 12. It doesn't seem to matter because I have no more terror cards. So now it is just the finale. This thing is just hearing where I'm at. It has learned. So it's running up on me. To attack. I'm going to retaliate. Oops. 1, 2... 3. Unfortunately, I don't have improvise anymore. That is a 6, 3, and a 1. Let's get rid of weak attack and focus to turn that 3 into a success. That is 2 damage. Ignore all damage from an attack and deal 2 damage back. Now here's where it gets... Does it die? Does it die? It does not! As I'm walking, as I get out of my bulldozer and slam the door, I hear it come back up, and it has 2 stupid health left. Ugh. But I think whenever that happens, it ends the current phase. Where is that? I literally had to look at this last time. Health. Final health. Page 28. There it is. Okay. When an item takes damage, when dead games are doing this horror, they come back to life in classic horror movie fashion. I'd replace it with a white, but we're fine. The current phase immediately ends. Okay, yes. So it comes back to life. But I had planned for this. Should have stayed dead. And, ooh, actually, well, let's see what's happening here. So, sand snakes. The sheep farm. So, nothing. And the crossroads. Damn it! I was thinking maybe the crossroads. And if it had collapsed, it would have attacked the bunker. Okay, I didn't even buy any. I meant to buy a search. That's funny. But that's okay. It should have stayed dead. Man, you are one ugly motherfucker. And, oh yeah, it's very much going to die now. So killer phase, we already did that. Panic phase, there's no one there. Upkeep phase, time goes down. Now, I'm going to improvise. Still rolling 3 dice. Okay, 1 success, which is okay, because for the next horror roll only, 3s and 4s are successes, which, gonna run up, critical blow. 3s and 4s are successes. It's a 6, 6, and a 4. That 4 turns into a success. So we will make it 6, 6, 6. And I will walk up and pole vault it in the head and then run it over with my bulldozer. Because that is 3 damage, which kills the Eyeless. Boom. And terror goes down, and I increase my time. Because this thing was just incredibly unscary. It looks so stupid. Alright, so that was Don't Make a Sound, the final girl one of the Series 3. And overall, I think this one is kind of okay. Like, it seems to be a combination of A Quiet Place and Tremors is what I'm getting. I've never seen Tremors, but I have seen A Quiet Place. The way I kind of see the Eyeless, I mean, inherently, unless other killers also have these cards and I've never come across them, the fact that it does have a card that fully heals it and it continues to fully heal it unless you are drawing it when it has full health or if it's the only card. I mean, I guess, because here's my thinking of why they have that in there. One, I don't give a shit what their reasoning was. It's still a bullshit card because last time I played this, it was literally down to 1 health and like I had the final health token and then that card gets drawn. So it gets 9 health back while you're just getting dicked over. And it's like, look, this took an hour. I don't want to play another fucking hour of the same kind of shit. This game is fantastic for the time you're putting into it. And I praise this game a lot. I love this game. But that card alone just completely tanks the Eyeless for me. But the reason why I think they have it in here is because a lot of its cards are discarding the next terror card. So there's a chance that you would just flat out discard it. Or, hey, you drew it the first card and it had full health, it's gone. Or it's the only card left, it's gone. So there's like 4, 5 if its Bloodlust is all the way up. Like, there's multiple chances that it could just get top deck discarded, but there's also the chance that you could completely fully heal it where you might not. It just extends this game where I don't think it holds up if you're playing this game for 2 hours. So that alone I just absolutely hate. But the Eyeless to me kind of seems dumb for the most part. It's two halves. It never feels menacing the entire game until basically the very end. Because it's all of its finale cards have it just move 1 space towards the closest area. Yeah, it's killing victims and its Bloodlust is going up, which is kind of terrifying because that means it moves insanely fast and it hits really hard. It one-shots a lot of final girls. But if you just are away from it, it's and you manage your noise, it's never going to come after you until at the very end of the game, and then by that point you've hopefully got some weapons and you've built up so you're ready for it. So I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be all that smart. It sits on one side of the desert of Utopia, and then the other side is where you're managing and saving people. Whereas a lot of the other killers kind of hunt you, which it is unique so far. This is the only one I've played of Series 3 right now, so it doesn't feel like the other ones, even though you could be like, oh, is this like the Xenomorph? It's not. So, I don't know, maybe it just doesn't really work here. It seems to go with, the noise value, which at a certain point, the noise doesn't matter either, because the noise only applies during a particular terror card. So if you don't draw a terror card that matters for noise threshold, then it resets. So it's kind of a risk-reward element, but you can pretty much risk it and be perfectly fine. Because let's say you play a shit ton of noise at the very beginning, but you're still all the way across the map and its bloodlust hasn't increased that much, then it'll target you, but it's just going to run towards you and it might not even hit you. So, if you're using like a bulldozer that gives +3 noise every time you use it, which again, use it, what does that mean? Is that every time I'm moving with it? Is that every time I'm just near it? Who knows? It doesn't seem to be an exact science. Like, I get it works kind of like, a gun. That's +3 noise every time you use it with an attack or a melee weapon. But, I don't know. So, the Eyeless isn't my favorite one that I've ever played. How it compares to all the other ones, you'll have to wait for the ranking video to find out. But, right now, And then Utopia, I don't know how I feel about Utopia either. The sand snakes are just kind of there. I find for the most part they just don't tend to hit you, and because it's so easy for you to get into those bunker spots that you can kind of just always avoid them, and it feels pretty cheap when you are in an area and you just all of a sudden have to take damage because you top deck and it's like, oh hey, it happened to be the old road, and then you take a damage. Alright, that's kind of annoying. But on the flip side, it can deal a damage to the killer, which is cool. I have seen that, and one of the it's not one of the lore scenarios. I think it's in the bonus features. For all of the box sets, it has like achievements that you can like check mark, and one of them is like play a game where the sandworms actually deal the killing blow to the killer. So it's entirely possible. It's fair game. Victims, you, and the killer are all fair game to these sandworms. But one thing I do like about the overall box set is it's one of the easier ones to jump into. It's not overly complex, even though the killer, the Eyeless has a 2-page rulebook. It's very straightforward. Most of it is actually just examples. But I don't know. Like, this one is just kind of whatever. I think the gruesome deaths, because this is the first time I've ever used these, I always forget that I have them. It is really cool that they tend to, like they had an exact one. They do have general deaths, so if there's not a specific, if one of the tarot cards killed a victim and it's not specifically mentioned in here, you just roll a die and it's like, oh okay, I'll read number 4. And I like how this is Utopia's one, so for all the killers that are in here, then you read. And that makes it a little more flavorful. I like that a lot. So, yeah, that is that. I did win with Rhonda. Rhonda's ability was a perfect counter to that high alert. That was awesome. Oh man, I probably should have thrown in her weapon. I did survive a game with Rhonda, so that gets her pickaxe, which is +1 die when attacking with Rhonda's pickaxe. That's pretty hot. Adds an extra damage. It's range. That's a good one. Always rolling, pretty much always rolling 3 dice. I could roll 4. But every time I've played against the Eyeless, I've actually found it to be extremely easy to lower horror, which, I don't know. I'm also not a huge fan of the art. for this one. I think it actually kind of makes it goofy, which it makes sense that the horror's always been low because the art doesn't make it look scary. It looks like, I don't know, like a hunchback spider. And you're like, which I'd be terrified of it if this was real, you know, in real life. But as the art, I'm like, So overall, it's not bad. That fucking full heal unlimited endurance card is dog shit. I would recommend just ripping that card or just not including it in your game because it's horrible. And you might be like, oh, there's all of them have something like that. Well, I've gotten lucky and have never came across it. And so this was the first time I've come across it. And luckily it did not matter in this case. So I can't remember if I gave these a ranking at the end of every video. But this one would probably be, as a box set, would probably be a 5 out of 10. I think it's kind of right in there, just as an overall whole feel. It's just pretty average. So that's it. That is my thoughts on Don't Make a Sound. Again, after I upload all 5 of these box sets, I will do a subsequent video where I rank all the killers and rank all of the locations. So stick around for that. Other than that, you can go check out my Series 1 and 2 content. And yeah, look forward to more stuff. But that is it, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Stick around for the rest of the Series 3 series. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. And have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.